We are looking for a particular grave. And just do it the old-fashioned way and look at all the graves. Oh my goodness. You know how many times we didn't walk right over here, but we were like literally right up there. Well, that was pretty cool. We found it pretty quick. This is the third time. I guess third time's the charm. Well, this time it was the charm, obviously. This is pretty cool. There's no way he was 150 years old. Nobody lives that long. What is that in the tree? Eric said he feels like he's being pulled somewhere. So I guess we'll follow along and see. Can you tell us your name? They said your name, didn't they? Jason? Hi guys, welcome to another adventure with Holly's Lure. I brought you to another historical cemetery, and yep, you saw Eric here in the background. He was able to make it with me today. We are looking for a particular grave. It is Sallie Dean. I will give you the history of it, but she was a young 13-year-old girl who was murdered back in 1895 here locally. It was a pretty brutal murder. Again, I'll put all that history in here for you. There's actually a couple graves we're going to be looking for. This one is here, and then her killer is in another cemetery. That may be a separate video. I don't know, depending on how long this one goes. So, but I have been to this cemetery once. Oh, well, actually twice. Eric and I came together, but we ended up just looking around the newer section. And then before that, I brought one of my daughters with me to help me look for her grave, and we weren't able to find it. Of course, we didn't stay long either. She was a little. She was still real little then. It was a couple years ago, so. But I did take some pictures, and I will also put these in here. Caught some pretty interesting things. I thought, I wasn't sure what it was. To me, it kind of looked like people in some old-time clothing in the distance, but I'm not really 100% sure on that. I did come back and try to recreate it, and I couldn't. That was probably over a year ago. I never did put it up on the channel, so. Well, we got a lot of ground to cover. This is the cemetery. This is Spring Hill Cemetery in Federalsburg, Maryland. And we are in the older section, even though there are a few newer graves up here. So I did get her coordinates to where her tomb is supposed to be, and Eric is trying to figure that out. So, all right, let's get going. Let me see if he's ready. Are you about ready, honey? And just do it the old-fashioned way and look at all the graves. I want to get the K2 out and stuff too. So, all right. Sallie Dean was born on June 28, 1881, in the small rural town of Harmony in Caroline County, Maryland. No one could believe the tragedy that would strike this small town and this 13-year-old innocent Sallie. While walking to school on March 26, 1895, like she did every day, she encountered Marshall Price, the local blacksmith. In a small town in those days, everybody knew everybody and trusted each other, so Sallie didn't think she would be in any danger from Marshall. Little did she know that during their small talk, something would snap in Marshall and she would never make it to school. When school let out that afternoon, a schoolmate of Sallie's inquired to her mother, who was visiting town, about why Sallie was not at school that day. Upon learning that Sallie didn't make it to school, Mrs. Dean quickly returned home to inform Mr. Dean of the absence, and soon the search for their daughter began. The whole town was involved in the search for little Sallie Dean. During the search, Mr. Dean came to a cut in the road that Sallie traveled to school, which was wooded on both sides, and he noticed signs of a struggle. Following the signs, he first came upon a napkin and then Sallie's dinner bucket. Finally, he found her body under a cedar tree not far away. Her clothes were bloody, torn, and twisted, with a bloody bonnet still on her head. It appeared her body had been dragged to this location. Everyone was shocked at the findings and wondered who could have done this. Was it someone from town or a stranger passing by? Little did they know that the murderer was among them, searching for the girl. After Sallie was found, Marshall himself brought his wagon to carry her body back to her home for burial preparations. He also remained with the body during the cleaning. No one even suspected him. Local detectives couldn't figure out who could have done this, so Baltimore detectives were quickly brought in to investigate. It didn't take them long to figure out it was Marshall Price, and on April 3rd, 1895, he was arrested for murder, but continued to deny the charges. Today, there are reports of a shadow-like figure appearing where it is reported that Sallie Dean was murdered. Many believe it to be Sallie. Alright, we're getting going. I do know she has like these swirly things across the top of her grave, according to Find a Grave. And it looked like it was kind of under a tree. You couldn't actually see the tree, but you could see the shade. So. What? Oh, that was fast. There's no way. Where? We gotta watch where we're walking. This graveyard confuses me too. Oh yeah, I see. If that is, all this time I have walked by it so many times looking for it. Oh my goodness. You know how many times we didn't walk right over here, but we were like literally right up there. Literally right up there. Yep. Holy crap. Me. Are there anybody buried here, you think? I'll just walk like this. I'll get a clip. Oh, somebody left flowers. Yeah, kind of watch it. Yep, that is her. Sallie Dean. I can't read it all. I think Find a Grave says what it says on her tombstone. Yeah, they're this way. But there's like markers right back there. Is that for them? I'm really confused. I see an E and I see a D on this one. Sallie Dean, she's backwards. She goes back. So they go back. Well, what are these?
I bet they're this way too.
Jacobs. So Jacobs, maybe their headstones are missing?
No. They're the markers.
I don't know. But that is really cool.
That's the Nichols family.
Yeah, I'm looking for
They're inside of these 4.
Well, that was pretty cool. We found it pretty quick. This is the 3rd time. I guess 3rd time's the charm.
Yeah. Well, 3 strikes you're out.
Well, this time it was the charm, obviously. This is pretty cool. I've looked and looked and looked, but we didn't walk. We might have just walked by it. I mean, I had Cheyenne helping me look, and she was 9 years old. So she was pretty distracted. That is cool. We also, not sure exactly when that's going to be, if that's going to be in this one or what, but there is reports of where she died that her spirit is still seen, or a shadow, which they are assuming is her. We are going to check that out too sometime. Well, while we're here, I thought we'd do a little investigation. Like I said, I caught that stuff before. I don't know what it was. So, let me turn that back around. That is really cool. I need to get a picture of that. I can step here?
No.
Oh, am I stepping on somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Just trying to get a... I am sorry. I did not mean any disrespect. Here it is. I don't know. Can I zoom this in? Sallie Dean. Back. Now I can't get it back to normal. Guess that's about right. Alright, I do have the K2 going, but it's not oh yes, it is going on. Let me move the camera back a little bit. I want to say while we're here, if there are any spirits that wish to communicate, you could come and speak into the thing I have in my hand here. We would love to hear your story. And Sallie, if you're here, we have some questions. I'm not saying, I don't know what to say. I do want to know if Marshall Price was the one who killed you. That's what history tells us, what documents tell us, that he was the killer.
This is actually the walkway.
Oh.
I just realized. See, the markers go all the way.
Okay. I knew there had to be a walkway. So we were again standing on graves. We are so sorry. We are just trying to figure out how to maneuver.
Well, the layout of the cemetery, because there's so many, there's different at every different one.
Let me know if it goes off, because I keep making it go off. Alright. I'm going to walk around a little. Sallie, if you talk to us, thank you. You are welcome to walk around with us and talk with us some more if you like. But we're going to look at your cemetery here. Graveyard, because there's a church, so it's a graveyard. There's some interesting headstones here too. That's 96? Are you sure it's 9?
Oh,
86. Almost 100, a little over 100 years old, right? Is that 83 or 33? I think that's an 83. Oh, wow. He or she lived a long time.
Well, here, this is her.
Oh, okay, that must be him.
Eliza, 1835 to
1921.
1921.
Well, then that, unless that's a son, maybe? Because there's no way he lived over 130. There's no way he was 150 years old. There's no way he was 150 years old. Nobody lives that long. That must be 1906.
Yep.
Okay. I was going to say, nobody lives that long. You can't walk all the way around.
Stones are so weathered, it's hard to read them.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Guys, if you hear or see anything in the background, please put it in the comments below. I know I want to walk the other way because that's where I saw those possible things before. And they got some pretty cool headstones down there too. Got that tomb over there. Is this the walkway?
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna walk up to the tomb. I think I looked at it before. (1821 to 1908). Alright, here we are. Oh, this is kind of different. (1847 to 1910). 1840 to 1927. It's the same thing. Maybe that's like a memorial or something and they're actually buried in here. Is it disrespectful for me to walk up and look in the window? I don't know. I've never looked in one. Oh, I'm sure. I don't want to go in. Don't open it. Alright. I don't know if this is wrong or not. I'm sorry if it is.
Eunice Albert Frampton.
Huh. That's kind of cool. I'm just uncomfortable with that.
There's 6 of them.
It's a family.
Yep.
Okay. I don't see many of those around anymore. There's somebody in the back over there in the newer section. I saw somebody walking. Did you see him?
No.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I'm not going that way.
well, which way? I'm going to look at this. The memory of soldiers, Civil War, are buried in the cemetery.
Walking the dog. You're walking a dog in the cemetery.
I hope they clean up after it. That's pretty cool. There was a walkway right by him, right by the little soldier.
No, it's over behind it.
Oh, okay. A birdie up in the tree. Huh. It's pretty cool. Over in here in this section is where I thought I saw something in my pictures before. What is that in the tree?
Not sure.
There's a walkway. Looks like plastic. Go ahead and answer your phone. I got this. Huh. Looks like it's stapled or something. I wonder why. I've never seen anything like that before. It's definitely different. Has the K2 gone off?
No.
Huh. I don't know. What do you think? You think it'd do a little spirit box or something? Or wait, question Marshall Price. Oh, chimes. It's a lot of people for such a small, for all these little small towns around. And I know they got other cemeteries. Isn't it?
What?
Such a big cemetery for a small town.
Yeah.
I would have thought it would be half the size. I know there's another section across the street over that way. I've never been over to that section. We've always walked around here. Alright. Eric said he feels like he's being pulled somewhere. So I guess we'll follow along and see. Are you trying to guide Eric somewhere? Do you want him to be at a certain grave? Can you give us a name?
This is the spot.
This is the spot. I'll tell you what. You don't know which one. I'm going to turn on the necrophonic app and we will see. Alright guys, I'm looking. I'm waiting for my phone to turn on, and we're going to turn on the necrophonic app. Eric felt like he was being pulled to this section for some reason. I don't know. No, shut it. I got to turn you off. Yeah. Find it. Yes. Can you tell us your name? They said your name, didn't they? Here. What do you want with Eric? Since I got extra hands, you can hold it. I wouldn't push. I heard that. It's turned up. It was loud enough at the last cemetery. That's why I didn't. Jason? Pussy? I saw a pussy grave. I don't think it was over here though.
letter J.
Eric. Where did I see that Pussy grave? I don't know if it was over. I think it was up further.
Back that way. Okay, you wanted me to come over to this spot. Now, what do you want? How may I help you?
I heard Pussy again, I think. No. Or something about him. Where are you at right now? Turn your back? Who? Who's back? Did it die? They got a lot to say. Alright guys, we are going to head out. The groundskeeper's here. He's going around spraying weeds now, so I want to kind of get out of his way here. As soon as we figure out how to get out of here. Guess we'll just walk on the road. How's that? Look for more on Sallie because we still have another graveyard to go to, and a possible location where she passed away. So stay tuned. Alright guys, we just went by the location where she supposedly was murdered, and they are doing road construction today, so maybe we'll have to try to come back and just take a look around. You never know. It also could not be the right place without digging into historical records and stuff. I guess we really don't know if those records even survive, so that may take a little bit of time if I decide to go ahead and do that. But we will be showing you sometime Marshall Price's grave, and there's another interesting grave at that cemetery. Marshall Price was hanged. He was actually lynched for the murder, so I will put all that information in too for you guys. Alright guys, we came to show you Marshall Price's grave, but with the groundskeeper and all mowing the grass, we thought it best we'll try another day. That will be in another video, so look for that, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on our next adventure. Thanks guys.